So hello everybody and welcome. Jackie and myself, Amanda, would like to just talk to you a little bit about our upcoming event, a virtual event, a little mini retreat that we're running in April, Sunday the 18th. And we would love to talk about life, love and loss. Something we're both really passionate about. We'd love for you to join us. It's going to be a really magical few hours. Jacqui, welcome, and I'm so excited to be working with you as always. What do what is it, why you're so interested in this subject?
Well, we know that we met via a charity called iHeart, which is where we teach children about the kind of innateness of their own wisdom and their resilience, and their love, that's always part of them that's present. And what happens in a kind of grief process or loss process seems to be that we forget that part of us is still available to us. And as a kind of celebrant as well, I know that that's something that you do too, as far as kind of like we actually will take people as the beginning of the death process, i.e. through a funeral. Just starting to discuss kind of a link between love and loss and how they show up together. And how one I mean, I suppose you've recently lost your beloved dog, and how we can still, in the memory of him, we are still able to smile and experience that love, and it's not just pure pain. And so that kind of discussion is the kind of discussion that we'll be having that morning.
And it is, to see loss show up, or to see grief show up in our lives, it's kind of ever present, really. And so whether we're talking about I don't know, a grandparent that's passed away at an elder age, somebody who's taken their own life at a very young age, somebody that we've lost that feels like far too early, or whether we're talking about a relationship that's changed, or a job that we've lost. And I had an interesting experience this morning. I got an email from my choir to say they've decided actually they're going to move back to the Netherlands, the people of the choir. And it hit me. It really hit, and my eyes were streaming. I had a lump in my throat, and it's like, wow, that suddenly something was not my decision, let's say, to leave the choir, and it was like, it's that experience, because I don't know if I saw that coming. I don't know if I saw. Now, if I start thinking about that a lot, I can feel, wow, really touched my heart how strong that connection was, and that was an example to me again, like, this is always showing up.
I'm seeing that, and I think what's beautiful about that example is the how it can just sort of like blindside us, sort of like it's just always like it's omnipresent, like death and loss is omnipresent. You got an email and it's like, I didn't even realize I felt like that about that. And I'm in the process at the moment watching my eldest daughter become 18, right? And I'm watching it with my 13-year-old son, and just this transition into teenage, which is all about separation and all about loss. And at each stage, it's like they're unpicking what it is to like be in relation, like the mother-child relationship is changing. And I sense the loss, sometimes really acutely, and then sometimes just a bit like, oh. And so I just like, so there's like the ones that feel quite big, the ones that feel quite slow, like this one, like a big loss, you've just lost someone you love. A loss that's slow, that comes in like, I'm losing my child. She's turning into an adult. Now, I'm not losing her completely. She's turning into a butterfly and she's flying away. And that's the most beautiful thing. They're still lost there for me. And then you're losing your choir, and that's just blind. Do you know what I mean? So it's like they come thick and they come fast and they're everywhere. So.
And so it is, sometimes there are sort of devastating events. I remember when I had the house fire, lost sort of everything. And that, I was all right with that. I was all right with that. There have been people in my life that have that I've known really well, and actually it seems like I was okay with that. And yet there can be maybe something else going on that was maybe, I don't know, a neighbor that I didn't really know so much, and something about that passing touched my heart in a different way. And so I think there'll be a lot of exploration about the way we deal culturally differently about the understanding of life and love and passing. the shock, the disbelief, and a little exploration into where our feelings are truly coming from, because it really looks like it's coming from the situation, but I think it would be really, really helpful to look at where our feelings are truly coming from. So we've got a lot to explore. We would love to have you with us. Whatever, this is open to everybody, but if anybody has got something particular that they want to bring to the conversation, then we'd love to work with that.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited about it. I would encourage everybody to come open-minded, sign up. It's going to be very limited places. We only want to work within a small group. That's the way we both prefer to work. So it'll be a very intimate experience. And I think it'll be very special.
Yeah, so we look forward to welcoming you.
Yeah, so
I hope we see you on the 18th of April.
Lost for words. See you soon. Bye all.
Thanks.